Blox Fruits has just confirmed their Halloween event. And I'm going to be real with you. I was waiting 24 hours to let all of the like garbage clickbait channels put out their videos. And then I knew there was going to be a bulletin. Okay, I definitely had a feeling there would be a bulletin. And that's what we're checking out today for the new Halloween event. If you do come to the front page of Blox Fruits, you will see that on the 31st of October at 3 p.m. my time, that's really nice, we will get the Trick or Treat event. And then if you go to gamerrobot.com, you'll be able to find the bulletin number 17. And you can see this is like a vampire ghoul sanguine art with a guy with a torch. I don't think this is going to tell us much, but I think it's going to hint at a lot of things. The seas have fallen silent after a long celebration. That's the celebration event that was just removed. But not for long. As cold winds begin to sweep through the islands, residents are preparing to face something new. Eerie door-to-door happenings that are soon to appear across towns. Whispers tell of mysterious figures preparing to lurk behind their doors, waiting for brave visitors. Some greet travelers with candy and cheer. Others invite them in for something far more sinister. Whatever the case, the season of fright is drawing near, and the seas will be alive with spooky festivities once more. Come join the chaos if you dare. That actually sounds like we'll be going up to people's doors and you're going to have like a 50-50 chance of a trick or a treat. And then maybe you'll get like a trick currency to use in some sort of gacha. Potion commotion. So this says, what started as a witch's simple experiment has quickly spiraled into the sea's newest obsession. The strange Halloween potions. All right, cool. So we'll be making Halloween potions that were brewed to test out new seasonal magic are now being thrown around like snowballs at the Winter Castle. Oh, okay. People are now hurling these new concoctions of bubbling brews at one another just to see what strange effects will take place. Some are simple harmless pranks such as random shrinking or expanding heads, very cool, while others can leave their victims injured. The witch insists this was never her plan, but witnesses claim she's been watching from the sidelines cackling away. I do know that as a content creator, we were directly communicating with staff, talking about like, what are some fun ideas for potions and stuff that could be turned into admin commands or maybe into YouTuber commands. And it sounds like some of the stuff might be coming true, like the shrinking the player and random teleportation was another cool idea that I liked. The snow that melted itself. Something strange is happening atop the frigid peaks of the snow mountain despite being the coldest time of year. The once icy slopes are beginning to thaw rapidly, leaving behind trails of steam and scorched earth. Investigators have found sections of snow completely missing, as if the frost itself has vanished. The air around the area hums with heat, and the ground seems to tremble at times. Locals are beginning to wonder if nature is reacting to something or someone. What is that talking about? This is the snow island or snow mountain in the second sea. If it's talking about reacting to someone, is this a hint for like a magma rework or a flame rework maybe? That could be what that is. That it feels like, because they're talking about heat, but they're also talking about the ground trembling, which is like, the flame is heat, right? But the earth itself being affected by temperature and a rumbling, that sounds like a molten volcanic eruption. This could be a little bit of a hint to some sort of magma rework. A study in mutations is the last bit. Power grows with time, but time is a patient teacher. My latest experiments aim to accelerate the influence of power by manipulating the essence within certain fruits. I've discovered a method to reshape their behavior without changing their core identity, and the fruits are remarkable. That just sounds like a fruit rework, right? Familiar abilities expressed in new forms, adjusted strength, and subtle differences in how power flows through the body. These aren't new creations, but mutations. They are redefined deviations born from deliberate interference. Some exhibit increased resilience, while others show newfound aggression. Each carry traces of what they once were. The process is still unstable, but progress is progress. Whether these mutations are improvements or corruptions, only time will tell. I don't know why, but this makes me think that Devil Fruit might be getting like pick between one ability. Like say your Z move can either be ability 1, which is good for PvP, or you can mutate it into the Z move type 2, which might be good for grinding. And then they could kind of make every devil fruit usable for PvP or grinding, and you would just have to pick the mutation that you're currently playing with, kind of like a build. It also looks like, I want to go ahead and say, that is a flame fruit, so maybe the flame fruit up here with the snow melts itself. There's an ice fruit back there by the looks of it, and that looks like a tiger fruit. Honestly, that looks like maybe a mutation to the leopard fruit that might change it into like the saber-tooth fruit, because that's what that looks like. That's yellow and black, like the saber-tooth fruit that we see in the Wano. So that is interesting. And just to compare really quickly, now that I'm thinking about it, because the leopard is more yellow than I'm thinking. So that might, yeah, that is just outright the leopard fruit in there, I think. I think that is a leopard fruit reference. I think, because everyone's been talking about leopard fruit getting redone ever since the Yeti dropped into the game, because obviously the Yeti is meant to be like the opposite of the leopard. They're rivals. And the Yeti is a lot better than the leopard is, right? It's a lot more modern. So maybe, just maybe, leopard rework. Let's also take a look at the previous Halloween events, because like things like the bones currency are something that's very exciting that comes around every single year. So the Halloween event was first introduced October 2021. It featured the bones currency alongside the NPC Death King, which you guys can find in-game right now. And also you can prepare for this in-game right now too. So go to the Haunted Castle and start fighting like the skeletons or the NPCs here, because you can build up bones. I think you can have 5 or 10,000. I feel like it's 5,000. And once you have enough of them, there's something wrong with that grave. No, the circle is just weird. Okay. Once you have them all saved up, you can actually roll randomly with the Death King. This is just like a regular surprise. Like, it's just like a gacha, except it doesn't do the roll on the screen. And what people don't know is that during Halloween, the Death King can roll devil fruit. Rest of the year, he cannot. They've also got these cursed chests that were added into the game. This was another way to get currency. It could drop bones, and it could also give fragments in the third sea. And then there was also NPCs that could be spawned when you ran over the chest. What's actually quite exciting is if you collect bones, you can unlock some titles, which is really, really cool. And then when you actually roll from the Death King, you'll see these are all the normal rewards. So 6 to 30k, 100 to 300 fragments. You got the hat, the ears, the fire essence, the hollow essence. And then finally, during Halloween, you can roll a random Blox fruit. The best fruit I have ever rolled is a shadow fruit. So you can definitely get mythics, but it takes a fair bit. I think I did 10,000 bones. I got 1 shadow fruit. The rest of the time, I pretty much just got fragments and money. It was pretty trash. But this is the extent of the existing Halloween event, which I believe will probably also come back in some form this year. People do like rolling with the bones. So I would still collect max bones just so you can do some rolling once the event drops. And if we get something totally different, then just whatever. You can still roll with the bones. You can still get some things. If you get the essence for the boss here, sometimes people will pay you devil fruit to fight the boss. You can do it as like a service because they're trying to get the scythe or the crown. I believe the holy crown is like an okay accessory that people still use that is dropped by the boss. It is rare to find people who will buy it, but again, if you get it, you could maybe just try. But that is it. That is our update, I guess, for the month. It's actually sooner than I expected. I kind of thought maybe they would just breeze past Halloween and we'd get something for Christmas, but this is exciting, man. Blox Fruits is updating more often than not.